Okay, so in today's video about JASMY Coin, I want to check out this part of the price action and maybe more specifically this part and tell you why in here I'm not seeing necessarily bullish signs, and it seems like that soon in JASMY we may have another move on the downside. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones, and let me just start this video by saying in the mid to long term, I am 1000% bullish in JASMY Coin. Why is that? Because in my opinion, off of the lowest low down here about, let's say, 0.0027, we are having 5 wave up into a wave 1, correction for wave 2, this is a big 5 up into wave 3, correction for 4, and at the moment we are having a massive move on the upside, and I really do not think that this is over, and it's going to be overall into this wave 5. So because the sub waves for our wave 5 are not complete yet, for me at least makes sense to be more bullish than bearish in JASMY Coin for the next couple of months. Now, having said that, in the short term, the story is a bit different. Why is that? You see, we talked about this move up before when we were around these areas, and if you remember, I said, look, because in this phase we actually took this low about, let's say, 3.1 cents, now we can argue instead of having an impulse off of the lowest low down here about 2.8 cents, we are going to have an A, B, C, generally some sort of a correction structure on the upside, and it means, well, unfortunately in JASMY Coin we might see another move on the downside soon in order to take the lowest low down here about 2.8 cents. Does this mean at that point we're going to go a whole lot lower? No, I really doubt that, because in terms of classic TA, we are around this very important support area. And what I'm expecting is actually another move down in order to take this low, but after it, not going a whole lot lower. And then I'm expecting a very strong bounce back in order to continue the bull run. And in this phase, we are going to at least take the highest side up here about 6 cents, but I don't believe that we are going to stop there. No, I believe we are going to go quite a bit more higher than that. The reason for it, we talked about this in the previous videos. This is cup and a handle pattern, and it will get confirmed when we get a break of the 6 cents area. And at that point, the target for it is going to be somewhere around the next important region all the way up here, about 10 cents. So I'm considering this area as a very likely target after taking the highest side around 6 cents. Understood? Okay, now let's zoom in more and see what is happening in the short term. So two very important points in here. Number one, this move doesn't really seem like that it has a lot of power. Why is that? If you want to say that this is a bullish move, well, okay, let's just measure it timing wise. How long did it take for us to have this move? About 95 candlesticks. On the other hand, in about half of that period, around 50 candlesticks, we got this huge move on the downside. So what does this mean? Relative to this move down, this move doesn't have a lot of power, and I'm going to argue that in this phase overall bears do still have the upper hand, and soon we might see as a result of it some more moves on the downside. Does this mean that from here we're not going to get another move up? No, we can definitely get something like this, but even at that point overall I'm going to argue, look, this whole move is just a correction structure, and after it's over we may have another move down. And that brings me to the second important point. You see, in terms of Elliott waves, if you want to argue that, for example, we're going to have our final bottom right around here, let's say this is like a very important support, then okay, you must be able to find off of the lowest low a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave on the upside. This specific example is a normal 5 wave. Rules for it are, we should not have overlapping of the waves between our wave 2 and 4, and in any kind of impulsive movement, wave 3 should not be the smallest wave, and for our sub waves, you know it in case that you are a regular viewer, 5 wave up into wave 1, 3, and 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have different scenarios. Let's say, yep, WXY into wave 4 and an ABC structure into wave 2. Understood? Okay. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. Maybe let's go on 5-minute time frame in order for you to be able to identify the structures a bit better. So here's the deal. This seems like a 5 wave up, fair enough, followed by that probably I would say an ABC structure on the downside, and this is also another impulse. And here's a very important point. Unfortunately, in this move down in JASMY Coin, we actually took this low about, let's say, 3.1 cents. So what's the message in here? I'm gonna argue, because in this move we took this low, this isn't going to be overall an impulse anymore, and these are the subwaves for, you know it, an A, B, C zigzag, and it means in case that we get another move up in JASMY, it's going to be, odds are, part of a corrective movement which has started from this low, and it can be probably, I would say, a W, X, Y in form of a double zigzag, and after it's over, we are unfortunately going to get another move down. So if for the next day or two you see a move up in JASMY Coin, I want you to remember this and don't jump into any unnecessary bullish conclusion, okay? If you want to go long on some charts, I believe at the moment in JASMY, because we talked about it before, in this move down, we actually took this low. There are definitely better charts out there, so I wouldn't really suggest, as long as we're not taking the lowest low down here, to go long in JASMY Coin. Now the question is, well, okay, what if we get another big move on the upside and this point is actually our final bottom? Okay, even at that point, I'm not really going to open some long positions for the short term in here in JASMY. I do hold what I own, but I'm not going to add anything for some short-term profit. Now, in order to do that, I have much better looking charts. However, remember this, if we do actually take this low and followed by that, we get a very strong impulse out of this area, okay, that's actually going to be a fantastic bullish setup, and you are going to probably hear from me that right around here, I'm opening some long positions in JASMY. Finally, let's zoom in more and delete the waves in here, excuse me. Okay, so I don't know if you like classic patterns, but if you do, unfortunately, we are having a bearish one, and it can be a triangular structure. This is the upper line. There we go. This is our lower line right in here. Now, at the moment, this pattern is not confirmed yet. When will it get confirmed? When we get a move down in order to break the lower line, followed by that a pullback and a continuation of the move in order to take this low. And I want to be very clear. If we do get a move on the upside and break the upper line, please do not think that this is now a bullish triangle. No, because the move before this thing was on the downside. This can only be a bearish triangle. And if we do get a break of the lower line, okay, this will get confirmed. And if you want to know what's going to be the target for it, you need to put the chart on regular scale and measure the height of the pattern from here to about this point. And let's put it at our supposedly breaking point. Let's say we're going to break it in here. There we go. As you can see, at that point, the target is going to be somewhere around 2.7 cents, which means, okay, we are going to take this low about 2.8 cents. And it does actually kind of match with my bearish possibility. So let's have our final conclusion and wrap up today's video. In the short term, in JASMY Coin, I'm thinking we can definitely have another move on the downside, and the current move doesn't really look strong, suggesting that for now, seems like that bears definitely do have the upper hand. And if you just do not want to be involved in any kind of short-term price action, then okay, you must wait quite a bit and see a move up in order to take this high up here about, let's say, 4.9 cents. Why is that? Because if we do actually get a move up and take this high, at that point, there's going to be, I would say, pretty much no shot for us to be able to find an impulse in this region. And we are going to say this is indeed a correction structure. And the next target is taking the highest side around 6 cents. But again, like I told you at the beginning of the video, I do not believe that we are going to stop there. No, we're going to go quite a bit higher than that, because we are having an unbelievably clear cup and handle pattern in the midterm, which suggests that we can go maybe even to somewhere around the 10 cents area. So in the short term, we are seeing, unfortunately, some bearish signs. However, after our move down is over, I'm expecting some strong bounce back. So I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in JASMY Coin's chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family and loved ones. Goodbye.